Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel and to a brand new episode of Task 1 Tuesdays. So here's our newest question. Let's get started. You recently broke your leg and your colleagues from work sent you get well cards and presents. Write a letter to them. Now, colleagues from work, but they are sending you gifts and cards. So that kind of makes it not 100% informal, but it still falls into the informal realm. Why? Because it's really not related to work. It's related to your injury, your recovery, and they're kind of behaving essentially as friends. So, really, this one, although you might think, oh, work colleagues, that's maybe semi formal, maybe formal, but it's really not. It's informal. Of course, it's not as informal as you would have with a friend or a family member, but it is still informal. I mean, there are like degrees of informality, just like there's degrees of formality, but yeah, this one is informal. Now, it does say that you have to write a letter not to one person, but to multiple people because colleagues from work. Now, it could be two, three, four, five people. That's up to you. But if you write a letter to just that's addressed to just one person, then you're making a big mistake that's going to count against you. So be careful. You could start your letter with something like this. For example, dear Jenny, Amy, and Janice. Okay, it could be two names, could be three names, four names if you want to. That's up to you. But there have to be two names because it says your colleague. So that's two, at least two, or more than two, and you have to write a letter addressing all of your, these people that sent you gifts and cards. So the first bullet point says, thank them for supporting you. So you thank these people for offering their support. What kind of support are they offering you? Put yourself in that position. What kind of support would a colleague offer an injured colleague? Could be a lot of things. It could be like, for example, taking over work responsibilities. That's a big one. Coming to see you. Hospital food can be really awful. So coming, with snacks and food and things like that. And of course, cards and presents and them giving you your time to meet you in the ward, stuff like that. So there's many things you could thank them for. So let's see. Dear Jenny, Amy, and Janice, I'm like so overwhelmed with everything you guys, of course you can say guys, you guys have been doing for me ever since I broke my leg, ever since I was injured. I can't find the words to thank you, or I can't thank you enough for all that you've done for me these past 2 weeks. The presents, I just, your presents, and they were all so thoughtful and considerate. Kind of the same thing, so I don't necessarily have to mention. And they're all so thoughtful. I'm so grateful that I have such wonderful colleagues. There we go. Now that's already a lot of content. I might have to decrease it just a little bit because you don't want to write something that's huge. So this is 52 words. That's perfect. That's great. And that's all we need. We don't need much more than that. That's good enough. Then describe how you spend your time, in the hospital, naturally. Life in the hospital, life in a hospital room is dreadfully boring, but your company and the food and gifts you bring me, you have given to me, bring me so much joy and pleasure. It brightens up my day when, when you guys visit, and especially when you bring food. Hospital food is a drag and unpalatable, is just tasteless. There we go. Now that's another paragraph we have, but describe how you spend your time. It's good content, but is it really relevant? I mean, I'm talking about how it brightens up my day. That's nice. Life in a hospital room is boring. But so far, this is the only thing that's really relevant. So sometimes you might have a nice sentence, you might have a nice paragraph, but you have to check, is this relevant? And you really may have to sacrifice some content. So life in a hospital room is dreadfully boring. All I can really do here is, browse, scroll reels on my phone, and there is nobody to really talk to either. But your company and the gifts that you bring me so much joy and pleasure. Brightens up your company, but your company brightens up my day, and the food gives me joy and pleasure. Okay, that's good enough. Now that's much better. What do you do? All I can really do here is scroll reels on my phone, and there's nobody to really talk to either. But when you come, that's great. That's when my days start to get better. Okay, now we're gonna check how many words that is. That's 53 words. That's good enough. I could add a little bit more, but I think that's pretty much it. I don't really have to add a lot more content. Explain. This should be explain, not explain about. Explain your, sorry about that, because what happens is I copy content from the internet, naturally, the questions, because people take an exam and then they post questions online. So the questions you get all over the world can be different, and the third bullet point is explain your recovery process. What is your recovery process like? Are you in pain? Do you have to do exercises? What's it like? So, recovery has been slow but fruitful. Yeah, the doctors are happy with the progress I'm making with physiotherapy. I still have a couple more weeks to stay here. The pain isn't really all that bad. At least not like it was the first week, right? I should be good to, I should probably be discharged by, I mean, yeah, I have a couple more weeks that's already there, so I don't really need to add more. In fact, I might already have enough content. Let's just see. This is 45 words. It's not enough. Okay, recovery has been frustratingly slow but fruitful. Doctors are happy with the progress I'm making with physiotherapy, but I still have a couple more weeks to stay here as I cannot really put much weight on my foot. The pain isn't really all that bad anymore. Whoops, all that bad, at least not like it was the first week. So now I have some more content that should be good. Let's check the word count. Great, that's 56 words. That's all I really need. And then finally, you could end with something like, can't wait to be back and see you guys. Can't wait to be back at work and, have fun with you guys again. And then yours lovingly, truly. I think in this case, truly is a lot better. Lovingly might be a bit too much because they are work colleagues. It could, of course, also be friends, but yeah. So there's lovingly, any first name. If it's informal, then you would just have a first name. Now what I'll do is I'll check the word count for this entire thing, and this is 183 words, which is a great length. Here's our first paragraph. You can pause the screen to take a look. Here's the second paragraph. Here's a third one, and then we have the ending here as well. So that was fairly easy to write. And how much time did that take us? Just around 10 minutes. That's like half the time that you get. You get 20 minutes and you can write a really, really good letter in just about half the time. Letter writing really is not difficult. You just need to keep in mind a couple things. And we have a ton more videos for writing task 1, task 2, speaking as well. So don't forget to check those out. And in case you're still struggling with IELTS preparation, just feel free to reach out to me. My number is here on the screen. You can call or text anytime and I will get back to you, and you could potentially start on a course with us because we have batches that start every Monday. So, why struggle when I can make things a lot easier for you? All right, then I'll see you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.